what is the best advice you would give to other women's teams just starting up? What have your teams learned that you wish you knew at the start to help them build? That's a great question.
Very good question, Aidan. Let me just think. I think the best advice for starting teams up, I think it's all about, everybody is going to be at different levels. So, you're just starting a women's team up. I mean, we started as a development team where we had a mix of some people that have played rugby before, some people that haven't. I think if you've got some good coaches and you've got a good rugby environment to be in, it's all about, again, we're going to touch upon it, the recruitment thing. You've got to get a certain number of girls involved in the club. And then what has your team learned that you wish that you knew at the start? I think it's just about, for my team, it's all about like retention. It's all about, you want to try and keep your players for as long as possible. I'm one that has stayed and never has gone. I was going to retire at the end of last season. And then with COVID happening, I kind of took a positive turn and said, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sticking with the team. So, that's it from my side.
I think in terms of, like you say, when we started, I think there was 7 people started on our first training session, and I was the only one that had ever played rugby before. And I think the basics are never something to move away from. So we've kind of had a fairly consistent stream of new people that have never played joining at regular intervals. So we've kind of found ourselves having to go back and explain the rules and go over the basics and revisit them quite regularly. And I think I would imagine, especially if you've got more experience, it's quite easy to get quite frustrated by that. So I think patience is probably a really good thing to have, especially when you've just started a new team and if you're that bit more experienced. But I think for a new team, any players joining a new team that are that little bit less experienced, use the players that have the knowledge to gain and learn from, because I think that's definitely kind of helped having someone that, like, when my coach went and did his own training, because our coach played for the first team as well, so when he went and did his first training in those first few sessions, I kind of stayed back and went through handling drills and stuff for the girls, just to kind of, for the people that wanted to stay back and do them, it was like a bit of knowledge there that they could kind of draw on. So I think, kind of having patience, but also using your resources, I think is really good for kind of building and growing a team, for sure.
Great.
We were quite lucky at Cruise. We recruited through things like our rugby fit through the summer. We had fan rugby, and because we've got such a large youth section, a lot of the recruitment came through mums and through friends. The greatest piece of advice I can give, make sure your social media is really strong. And listen to the women's team. It's very important, because we're going to tell you how fast we want to progress. A lot of teams will take 6 months to get to tackling. We took 6 weeks because it got to the 5th week. The coach looked at us and he was a great fit. And he says, what the hell do you want to do? And it's like, tackling. We don't care about anything else. We want to tackle now. We've skirted around it. Let's get it done. And people were really eager for it. We all bought gum shields the 2nd week. We're out buying boots because we wanted to do it. So I think the most important lesson is listen to your women and allow them have some kind of say in how the team is run. Don't dictate to them how it's going to work, because it won't work at all. But the greatest way, strong social media, and listen to the team, most importantly.
Definitely.
I agree.